Race is a social construct. Wait, what? What's up, everyone? This is Dan, and I wanted to talk about something that came up recently. I think a lot of YouTubers for bringing this to my attention. Mainly, I think Sargon of COD, who brought this up first, which is Rachel Dolezal. You know, that lady who essentially dressed up in bronze face and got a perm and was the chapter president of the NAACP of Spokane, Washington, has come up with a new book called In Full Color. And she's basically cut out saying that race is a social construct that justifies her for being trans black. Now, I know you can't see my hands, but I did a air quote. So I kind of want to debunk this whole transracial thing. Um, I mean, aside of the fact that people say, "Well, we're all one race," yes, but if you think at genetics, we're one big species with a bunch of breeds. That's just kind of the way to look at it. I think my big problem with this whole transracial thing, it doesn't quite fit scientifically and medically. I have to see a revisal of the DSM saying that no, that exists. Now, transgenderism, mainly under gender dysphoria, does exist in DSM, unlike this transracialism. Why it exists? Because it's characterized by two main things. One is feeling of being uncomfortable in one's skin, basically for one's own the characteristics that your body is portraying. For instance, if you are a trans woman like Blair White, you feel uncomfortable with your natural sexual characteristics that are straight, such as having an Adam's apple, facial hair, and having a penis. But that's not all that goes into it. Being transgender also has to do with the feeling like the social expectations and gender roles and gender expectations don't quite fit you. Now, I know people say, "Oh, but gender roles are socially constructed." Yes, they are, but there is a biological reason behind it. A lot of the reasoning behind why we do things, why men tend to do heavy lifting, why men are, even for a long time, were the breadwinners, was because that was very common among our ancestors. I hate to say it, but that's kind of true. Yes, women can do a lot of the things that men can, but there are certain advantages for one sex versus the other. Women are also better for rearing children. Now, is there any biological expectations for race? No. I mean, except for the fact that as a guy of European descent, that I am more likely to get sunburn than someone of Indian, of African, or Mesoamerican descent. But that's about it. That's the only expectation. The roles or beliefs of a certain race were completely created. They are complete social constructs. But unlike, for instance, gender roles or gender expectations, which come from, at least partially, from biological heritage, there is no linkage between race and expectations that again, were not created. When I hear her talking about, I felt identified with black, I'm like, you sound like you're stereotyping. This is not like when we'll bring up Eminem. Well, Eminem, the reason why he tended to hang out and identify more with black people, because he lived in Detroit and he was a poor kid in Detroit dealing with other poor people. I grew up as a poor kid, then as a middle class kid, and identify with the people in my vicinity. But unlike Rachel Dolezal, who was like, "Oh, I felt like I should have been white, and I didn't get to see shows like Good Times or The Jeffersons or Sanford and Son." I'm like, I didn't get to see those things either until recently, when I started watching like Antenna TV. When I started watching those things, and other shows like Happy Days and The Addams Family, which is a really actually good show. So what she's doing is she's stereotyping. She's saying, "Oh, I felt." I mean, by the way, her look. You don't look black. With the way your hair is, you look like a freaking Klingon. I expect now you to talk about how this is not honorable and to whip out a batleth and fight with Sean King. So that's all I really got to say about this Jason Dolezal thing. If you like this video, please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Check out the rest of my content, and I will see you guys later. Stan, peace.